Where were you when the blizzard started?
I was in my dorm when the blizzard started.
And were you affected by it?
The only way I was affected by it is just that we didn't have classes, so I got the day off, and yeah, that's it.
How did you find out that school was canceled?
I found out that school was canceled because everyone was running around my dorm, like yelling and stuff, so I woke up out of bed and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, we have a snow day, so that's how I found out.
So you found out from your friends, not from the university?
Right.
Do you think that the way the university notified the students was an effective way of informing you?
No, I don't think it was an effective way of informing us because I tried to actually go on to the portal site to find out if it was true, and like the only official way that I could figure out was that a couple of my professors had sent out emails, but I never figured out exactly how the university notified everyone.
So in what way do you think the school could have better notified us?
I think if they had sent out an email, like they send out like the daily undergraduate announcements, if they had sent out an email, I think that would have been a lot more effective.
Did you have a hard time getting your classes on Thursday?
No, I didn't have a hard time getting to classes because all the sidewalks had been cleared overnight.
And what about navigating your way on campus? Do you think it's been well plowed?
I mean, all day on Wednesday, the sidewalks were covered with snow and everything still, but I don't have a car on campus, so I never really had a problem with the roads.
And are you having any trouble getting around today?
No trouble getting around today.
It is raining outside and no one is on the Alumni Memorial Walkway, so I'm going to be interviewing a statue of Asa Packer. So, Mr. Packer, were you affected by the blizzard that occurred here last week? Did you have trouble getting into work with your car? How did the university notify you that classes were canceled? Do you think there might have been a more effective way for the university to let you know? Are you still being affected by the snow that remains on campus?
Where were you when the blizzard started?
At home.
And were you affected by it?
I didn't really go anywhere, so I guess not.
How did you find out that the university was canceled, all classes?
Faculty and staff have to call like the Lehigh Inclement Weather Hotline to 758 News, and they just told us that we were closed.
So do you think it was an effective way of notifying you?
Sometimes.
In what way do you think the school could have better notified the students?
I think how they do that text message thing about like emergencies and stuff, if they would have done it that way, that probably would have been smarter.
Did you have a hard time getting to school on Thursday?
No, because I got a ride, but otherwise, yes.
And what about parking now? Are you having a hard time with it?
Here or at home?
Here.
Yes. That garage, like we park in the garage over there, and it's always really, really full. So.
Has it been well plowed around campus, do you think?
No.
And do you think you're still being affected today?
Other than being able to not find a parking space sometimes, no.
So where were you when the blizzard started?
I was in my dorm room and I stayed there for most of the day.
Were you affected by it?
Not really. I mean, it was great that we didn't have classes, but other than that, not really.
Did you find out that school was canceled?
I looked online. First I checked my emails. They didn't send us an email, which is kind of annoying, but then found it somewhere on the website.
So do you think it was an effective way of telling you?
I don't think it was effective because I had no idea where it was looking. I was like lying in my bed trying to find it. I didn't like that.
In what way do you think the school could have better notified you?
I think just an email would have been fine because that was my first guess as to how they would let everyone know.
Did you have a hard time getting your classes on Thursday?
No. Maybe the first one, it was still a little snowy and slippery, but not by the end of the day.
Do you think that the roads have been paved a lot and the sidewalks? Are you having any trouble getting around?
I'm not. I think they could probably like re-clear the roads now that everyone's shoveled their cars out and there's snow back in the middle. It's not so bad.
Do you think you're still being affected now by it?
No, I don't think so.
So So where were
Okay.
you when the blizzard started happening?
I think it was in Javel.
And were you affected by it?
Yeah, I couldn't go anywhere.
How did you find out that school was canceled?
Got an email from my calc professor telling me the class was canceled.
If they hadn't emailed you, do you think you would have found out?
Probably would have tried to walk to class.
So do you think that the Lehigh communication system was an effective method of contacting you?
No, I didn't get it emailed from the university at all.
In what way do you think the school could have better notified you?
I don't know if they sent out an emergency text, but I thought I signed up for that, and I don't think I got a text, so that would have been nice.
What about on Thursday? Did you have a hard time getting to your classes?
Yeah, I kind of slipped and wiped out.
And what about parking or driving? Have you been having issues with that?
I'm a freshman, so I don't have a car on campus. So
Well, has the area around your dorm been well plowed? Is it easy to walk around?
no, there's we had to dig out everyone's cars in the parking lot behind Javel ourselves.
And would you say that you're still being affected right now?
It's still a little slippery on the stairs, and you can't see it, so it would have been nice if it wasn't slippery.
Where were you when the blizzard happened?
Well, when it started, I was actually in class when it started snowing, but because I have late lab, but obviously the day of the blizzard I was in my house because we didn't have classes.
Were you affected by it at all?
Well, since we didn't have classes, that was pretty sweet. It was good affected.
What about driving?
Oh, my car does not like snow or ice at all, so I was basically stuck in the Campus Square lot for 3 or 4 days.
How did you find out that school was canceled?
I actually texted my friend complaining that we still had to go to class that morning, and he told me that we didn't have to go to class because it was canceled. I didn't know.
So what did you think of the school's system of informing us?
I thought it was awful. Finally, he told me that it was on the side of the portal, but I don't even log into the portal anymore because I forward to my Gmail now. So I really wouldn't have known. I would have walked to class.
In what way do you think the school could have informed us better?
I definitely think an email system. I think all the students were checking their emails every day, and that morning especially looking for an email saying that classes were canceled.
What about on Thursday? Did you have a hard time getting to class?
I was slipping a little bit, but I didn't have class till later, so it wasn't too bad.
And what about parking and driving? Where you live, have you been well plowed? Are you able to park?
No, I've not been well plowed at all. I actually had to shovel my own car out. It took me about 40 minutes because all the snow that they tried to plow was pushed behind my car. So I was totally snowed in and I had to get my car out, so it took me a while. It was fun.
Where do you live on campus?
I live in Campus Square C, so I park in the parking garage, and the top deck was just not plowed at all.
And do you think you're still being affected right now?
Not so much anymore. The roadways are clear, the pathways are clear for the most part. I'm not falling anymore, so I'd say I'm pretty much done being affected.